President Buhari have tried now. I'm not talking in terms of appointment or because the Constitution says that every state should have one minister. That is statutory. When I see people, it's good to also spread the service chiefs, which I would like people in the Senate to bring a bill. So we can make a bill that every region must have a service chief. But when you look at it, service chief is like personal staff of the president. They are not really constitutionally owned because you can only work with military men you trust. That is the truth. Whether you want to hear that or not, I can take you to memory lane. All the people that have been heads of state, they just did the same thing the president did. So there's nothing new. Who was President Obasanjo's national director of SSS? It was Colonel Are. It's not from my village. Who was President Jonathan's director of SSS? It was Ekpenyong. It's not from my village. So everybody goes back to his region. It might not be the best, but that is the trend. Because everybody wants to be in control of his security. So this is why when I see people shout they are marginalized, sometimes these things are not real. We should look for productive things that will be done by the government. I don't care about who is appointed. What I care about, what services are you giving for people to move around their businesses, for people to be secured, for people to be safe, for armed robbers to stop harassing people, kidnappers. I'm not interested. Who become? And if I tell you this story, you think it might be a joke. I was one day in a very long while, maybe 1.5 years ago, joking with the president. If you know the president very well, I'm sure you will meet him every time. He jokes a lot. I mean, he puts jokes that you say, is this a man who doesn't laugh? So we are saying something. Before I joined the APC, this was possibly about 3.5 years ago. We were joking. I said, Mr. President, we are marginalized. He said, how? He said the previous government have all your brothers could have done what they're supposed to do, but they didn't do what they're supposed to do. He counted to me, say you had the secretary to government, you had the minister of finance, you have minister of aviation, you have this, you have that, you have deputy speaker, you have deputy senate president, you have everything. People who could have put it in a budget and execute it. I was just like this looking at it. So you can see, whether you like it or not, the president was partially right. And I'm sure you journalists, as my friends, as my colleagues, you know I don't fear anybody. If the president is wrong, I will tell him he's wrong. If he's right, I will clap hand for him. So to me, the eastern part of Nigeria have been neglected for a long time. And now we have started to readdress the issue. Second Niger Bridge is coming up. I can tell you from 1970-something, 1975, every administration had promised the Easterners Second Niger Bridge. And that is not only benefit for Easterners, it's benefit for Nigerian people. And every other person that came speak English and grammar, and they didn't do anything. But President Buhari is implementing it right away. So, if somebody will say, he didn't appoint us minister. We don't need minister if you can do the Niger Bridge, if you can do all the roads, if you can give security, our people will be stopped kidnapping. Remember, when this kidnapping started, it started sometime in Warri. I can vividly remember this kidnapping started. They kidnapped about 25 white men. President Obasanjo called myself and Governor Ibori and Governor Odele. He woke us up about 2 a.m. and said, if you don't go and find those people, I will do the, he raked. And all of us went into looking for those people. We contacted some of the boys we know, and they produced the men. That's how kidnapping started. And I made a statement. I said, these kidnappers will finish kidnapping white people, and they will turn over to Nigerians. If they tell anybody that you'll be doing kidnapping in the north today, will you believe it? That is how we are going to. Because I have said it time without number that the government, federal government of Nigeria, should invest money in education to the northern Nigeria. And whenever I said, I live in the north, I know the place very well. Well, there's one of my friends, he's never been to northern Nigeria before. The last Salah, I took him along to all parts of the north. We went from Abuja to Kanu, from Abuja to Kaduna, Kaduna to Katsina, Katsina to Kanu to Jigawa. After we came back, he called me. This is the man sitting down here. He called me. And he told me, he said, what I used to talk about the North, he used to think that it was just a phrase. I said, no, it's a reality. He saw so many educated people. He also saw many uneducated people. For everywhere we went, he saw people who can defend their ground. He also saw people who cannot defend their ground. And he saw the population. Because whenever I'm arguing with them, which might be argument of just mainly Igbos, he said, no, what I'm telling is a lie. That we need help more than these people. I said, no. To be honest with you, if I have opportunity, I will address about education in the north. I will address about Alamajiri in the north. And I will also address nomadic education to set the normals and provide the quality education to stop killing people and just look after their cows. Because these are things we are not doing.